Let's go.
Yo, how we doing? Hey, it's Mr. Young.
And it's for in the building. Always good to be live with you, Mr. Young.
Absolutely, here on this Sunday evening. And today, let me preface things by saying we're not here to be ultra negative and be down on the WWE, right? At our core, we love pro wrestling. But I think there's no escaping the inevitable and the very obvious trend or fact that the WWE product just hasn't been hot recently, has it?
Yeah, man. Okay. And we try to pride ourselves on being objective, even though we are pretty biased in our own ways.
Excuse me, who are you talking about, bro?
I have no idea, bro. But okay, for the longest time, people always say we shit on AEW, right?
Yeah.
And then they say, we just shit for the sake of shitting on them. But with merit, I believe whenever we say AEW product has been bad, we have called it out.
Yeah.
And I think in the spirit of being objective, if the other party, which is in this case WWE, has been bad, we also will call it out.
And
right?
here's the thing, right? Like, it's not a sudden thing like we decided, hey, today no content, wrestling has been boring, come, let's just clickbait. Although there is a small factor of clickbaity in there, let's be real, right? That's how the social media game works in 2025, am I right?
Yeah, I learned from Maven, bro. I learned from Maven.
But here's the thing. I realize week after week, when we have our chats, we start off with, it's been feeling a little bit like lately. And it's been feeling a little bit harder. Hey, bro, I missed this episode. It didn't feel like that there was much happening. And the more we say it, the more we realize, oh shit, it's become a trend. It's not a 1 week thing. It's not a 1 month thing. I feel like it's been happening for the past couple of months, no?
Yeah, and the thing is, right, if it's just one or two people feeling it, like a couple of podcasts saying it's fine.
Yeah.
But now, bro, recently, we've had the evidence, the numbers, the views to back it up, bro.
Oh, bro, you came with homework,
Of course.
Oh,
Of course,
shit.
bro.
All right, here we go.
Dude, okay, first of all, right, I don't think this trending downwards trajectory has been like a shock, right? I think throughout the whole of 2025, I think if we were to look back, and that's what we're going to do today, we have seen the warning signs, bro. Right?
Chop. Before we get to all that, I can't believe we forgot to acknowledge our lovely people in chat. Hey. What's up, chat? Oh my god, hey bro, we are live. Wait. I know some people, sometimes they are like, hey, are these two jabronis live or recorded? What's going on? We are live right now.
Correct. If you're live, means we always have to shout out to the people on the chat right now, bro.
Correct. I realized, we never shout out. Macam like, we like ignoring people. We can't do that. We love you guys. Alfred, what's up? It's good to see you. He's already weighing in on what he thinks is going on with the WWE. And yes, if you feel like you have a gripe, you have something to get off your chest, again, not in a malicious way, not in fuck Paul, he lousy. No, not in that way, right? In a, hey, let's see if we can figure out what's going on and maybe get things on the right track lah. But yes, if you're in chat, please come and say hi. We'd love to shout out to you guys as well. Very quickly, I also have to mention today, Foreign is Red Bull-less. What is going on, bro? Why have you, I'm calling you out right now. Look at you drinking, what are you drinking right now? That better be Red Bull in that kick to the gut cup.
No, bro, you know what this is?
What is that?
This is water mixed with apple cider vinegar, bro.
What in the hell is this? Excuse me. This is not. Oh my. Okay, guys, this is gonna be a boring ass podcast because Foreign is. Oh my god! Wait.
Because I got grapes, bro. I got grapes.
Okay. We got 2025. I don't know if you had this on your bingo card, but we got Foreign drinking water and apple cider and eating grapes instead of drinking Red Bull. What the F is going on? And then we talk about WWE being boring. This might be the bigger news story right now.
Dude, I tell you, I just realized, right, if you drink Red Bull every single week, your hypertension will go up, bro. I just realized, bro.
Your liver might explode.
Yes, correct. Took me a whole year to realize lah. So I've been encouraged by my nutritionist, aka also my girlfriend, to fucking eat healthier lah, bro.
Okay, so translation, he kena scolding. Hey, we've all been there. As anyone who's been in a relationship, we know they are thinking for us. They have our best intentions at heart.
Yeah. And also, if your partner is hot, right? Like, you gotta also be hot lah. You can't be like fucking, let yourself go. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You gotta maintain, right?
I'm trying to lah. I'm trying to, but
Ah,
I think watching WWE or the lack of entertainment in WWE is like pissing me off. That's why I've been like stress eating, bro. Maybe
ac-
that's why.
actually, there's a very good alternative to the WWE right now that I'm sure a lot of people on the mainstream are watching on Netflix. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What is it, Mr. Yap?
Have you been watching Physical Asia?
I've been trying to avoid, bro. The ads are it's like all over my Netflix, bro. I've been
Bro,
trying to
okay.
avoid, bro. What's going on? What's going on?
I am okay. You watched Physical 100, right?
Yes, I did the first time, right? You told me about it,
Oh,
remember?
yes. Just imagine Physical 100, but with countries versus countries. Now you have proper stakes, right? I mean,
Oh.
okay, Singapore is not there, so technically we don't have any stakes, but definitely you will have a favorite, right? Maybe you studied in Australia, maybe you will be Team Australia, or maybe you just like supporting the Asians, so you just support all the Asians, or whatever it is.
Did I get this right? Did I see Manny Pacquiao in the show?
So yes, Manny Pacquiao was part of Team Philippines.
Okay.
But I don't know if he's announced it on social media, so this is not a spoiler. But by a
Yeah.
certain episode, he actually tabok. He leave. He go home.
He go home because he cannot call for political stuff, or he just give up.
So no, not give up. No, his team was still in, right? And
Okay.
then the episode was just like suddenly they cut to him going, I need to go home to do some things, important things. So I'm very sorry to my people, but I have to go. And then he left.
Wow, what a shocker. Okay,
No
not really
lah.
a plot twist lah. More
Like,
like, okay.
I'm sure he actually had legit like political either that or he knew that his team was gonna get knocked out, so he passed out.
Come on, okay. But generally, other than the whole country competition, has there been anything else that's interesting about the show?
Dude, I've said this from the first season of Physical 100, right? This show is like I don't know how sports entertainment WWE can sort of follow it in some way, but the production is like, bro. USA, for the longest time, American television has been like the highest bar, right? In terms of
correct.
production and like reality shows milking emotions. Bro, the
Yeah.
Koreans have it now. It's like literally every moment a match can be 1 minute long, but they drag it out for 20 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so this is a Korean production still.
Yes, yes.
Using all the Korean, like lexicon and
Yeah.
like their
Bro,
idiosyncrasies lah.
It's in Korean. The whole show is in Korean. It's just that when the participants talk, they speak in English or Mongolian or Japanese, depending on where they're from. But you will have English subtitles. But yes, it's still very much a Korean show. They went to Korea to film this show. So
Wow.
you have these amazing sets that are like mind blowing. They look amazing, right?
Correct.
Visually stunning. All the participants, visually stunning. 8-pack, 10-pack, right? You have major names. So Australia is led by by Robert Whittaker, former UFC champion.
Oh shit!
Yeah?
Yeah. Robert Whittaker, yeah.
The Japanese team is led by Yushin Okami, former UFC fighter.
Wow, they got legit athletes, bro.
Yeah, Dong Hyun Kim is Team Korea's
Korea.
lead. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Stun Gun from the UFC also last time, right?
Yeah.
Also, last season's winner Amoti is part of the team. Very popular on social media.
Defending champion.
Bro, Mongolia is defending champion. You're right. Mongolia has like some, I think, a one championship fighter, and they all look jacked.
Okay. What about the Angmos? Are there any Angmos that you know
So
of?
technically, the only Angmos are Australia and Turkey.
Okay.
It's a bit weird. The countries, like they say Asia, but there's only like I can't remember, 6 or 8 teams. But yeah,
Okay.
it's not all of Asia lah.
They need time to convince the other countries lah.
Hey, maybe the next season of Physical Asia, because I definitely think this show is a hit. Again, like I said, every challenge that they do, they milk every emotion. One thing happens, right? You get reactions from the players, you get the slow-mo about 5 times, you get reactions from every single other team. Oh my God, what the... I'm like, oh my, they are dragging it, but it's so good.
Gotcha. So this is like Ninja Warrior versus Squid Game versus like, I don't know, Gladiators, right?
If you've watched Physical 100, Physical Asia is definitely along the same lines. And yeah, it's really just stuff you watch and go, I feel like a weak bitch. When you see the things that they do, the amount of weight that they are bringing back and forth. I'm like, this is like High Rocks times a billion.
And this is the kind of thing that will make you want to go out right after this podcast and do a run, right?
Bro, at the gym, this past Saturday, right, I was like on the pull-up bars and everything. I'm like, think of the guys and the girls in Physical 100 and don't be a bitch. And do one more pull-up, god damn it.
Respect to you, Mr. Yang. Okay. I'm going to take your advice and watch some Physical 100.
Bro.
We are promoting Physical 100 more than wrestling at this point in time, Mr. Yang. What's going on?
I tell you, Physical Asia, and because you have these big names from all over, and then, they will pick up on all the bitchiness lah. Someone got one bitchy comment, then they will like, oh, and then suddenly they will interview the other. It's typical reality show stuff, right? Then the other person, oh, he said that? Oh, and then react, and then got a few, and then it's like, yeah, it's good stuff. It's really good television. It's engaging television. Funnily enough, my wife and I, we've been watching Physical Asia, right? And then this past weekend, I invited my dad over for, check out the new place. We were waiting for other relatives to come, and then he was like, put on the wrestling lah, like long time never watch it. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I put on SmackDown. Bro was bored. I'm like, and I was literally sitting next to him watching SmackDown, and I felt a bit paise. I felt like embarrassed about the product.
This past Saturday's SmackDown.
Yes. Like when you start feeling that way, like it's different when it's, back then that like my dad and I used to watch it together. Growing up.
Correct.
So maybe he's outgrown it, whatever. But I definitely felt, and we'll talk about this past week's SmackDown as well, and what the problems, quote unquote, I had with it. But yeah, bro, Physical Asia is the show to watch.
You know what it is? While we're waiting for wrestling to get good again, it's great. There's other alternatives, to keep myself going, especially on Netflix, bro. There's been things to watch on Netflix that's like, like I would say I'm watching it on my to-do list even more than Raw and SmackDown and NXT right now. Yeah, bro.
And that's the problem with entertainment, right? WWE is now in this space where it's not just sports entertainment or wrestling. It's in the entertainment field. You are fighting against things like football, like Physical Asia, like movies. I've said this so many times, and it's so important to reiterate, right?
Correct. And like the thing is, right, you can't afford to slack. You can't afford to be complacent because like at any one time there is a casual that you could potentially win over, right? And if you don't, this is what happens.
So I wonder that. Okay, and this leads into one of the problems that they are having, right? Like we talk about, we can't always have big moments. If you have big moments every single week, then nothing becomes a big moment anymore, right? But also at the same time, like how does a show like Physical Asia, I know I'm comparing again, but it is what it is, right? How does a show like that take a mundane moment and milk it for all it's worth, making it compelling?
Exactly. So I tell you, it's nothing to do with it's to do with the content, but it's really how you present the content.
Yes, agree. Correct.
Yeah. I don't know whether you saw this interview that Triple H did over the week.
No.
The one I think he did with Mark Shapiro or Bench. I think Mark Shapiro, I can't remember. But essentially he was talking about how like for WWE, what is even more important than having a great match is to have great storytelling. So I know this is something that like WWE parrots all the time, like for me also, I am also a big believer in like you can have a great banger of a match, but if there's no stakes, there's no characters I care about, then it's a bit, it's a bit hard to get invested in it. So he kind of compared, WWE to MCU. So my problem is that is all fine and dandy if whatever your product is putting out right now reflects those storytelling that you're talking about. But it's so clear they have been flying at the seat of their pants for a number of angles that's happening right now on TV. Don't you agree?
Yes, agree. Sometimes it's due to accidents, like the whole Seth Rollins situation, right? But they are very glaring and obvious, like, we decided to do this because it's the cool thing now. We didn't have plans. Case in point, Julia. How do you drop the ball so hard on Julia? To be honest, right? Like, okay, first of all, I thought that her call up to the main roster was a bit early, but that aside, she is a very attractive, mysterious woman. How do you drop the ball on something as, I don't say simple, but like that shit writes itself. No, in fact, instead of highlighting her mysteriousness, having her in the shadows, but be freaking amazingly beautiful at the same time. You can tell I'm simping over Julia right now.
Okay.
Instead of doing that, you put her with a complete distraction. Kiana James, who has like no proven track record, right? And she's there in this outfit where it's obvious she's just showing off her tits. I'm sorry for being vulgar, but that's all there is there, right?
No, my problem is even if she does,
Yeah.
but if it aesthetically fits with Julia, it's fine. But here she's on one side doing the whole clueless gimmick, like
Clueless?
wearing, Clueless, Alicia Silverstone from back in the day.
Oh.
She's wearing like the plate style, outfit.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to play this like mean girl. And then like Julia and her like no link, like aesthetically also.
Exactly. Aesthetically, logically, storyline, these two have no business being with each other. Like, why are you... Okay, I know this is such a trope, right? But in this situation, wouldn't it make sense for you to have Julia have a mouthpiece to talk for her? Because English is not her best strength. Her promos are not her strength. So have a manager A with a track record who people can believe and get behind. Not another wrestler who's a green face nobody knows. Who
Exactly.
is there taking away the attention from Julia. Because, again, she's just there with her tits out. It's like, these two have no business being together whatsoever. They're not really a tag team. It's like, they completely dropped the ball with that. And then... It's like, okay, knee-jerk, Chelsea Green, everyone's behind her. She's doing great things with the AAAR staff. Let's put the title. Don't get me wrong. I love that they put the title on Chelsea Green, the US women's title, right?
Yeah. She was the one that started it all with US. She shouldn't have dropped the belt anyway. So it's a good move. But at the expense of what Julia has been doing or not doing, it sucks for her.
You know this is, sorry, we made a mistake. So let's go back to default situation, right? It stinks of that. So that is just one example of the, as you say, like lack of continuity, storylines being a little bit like there's no payoff, right? Div, good to see you, by the way. This is interested to hear your thoughts as someone who doesn't watch the weekly program. Oh, you don't watch? Wow, of all people.
Dude,
Div.
if you lost Div, you've lost everyone, bro.
Again, I think it kind of goes to our point of, the product has been a little bland lately, right? And it has felt like if I skip a week, it's okay. But that is a downhill spiral. Because if I skip 1 week, I might skip the next week. I might skip a month. And then before you know it, I'm watching something else completely already.
Well, I mean, that's what happened with AEW, remember?
Yes, exactly.
It was like getting worse. We stopped watching. Next thing you know, we don't even follow. We don't even cover the content anymore.
No.
So, we can't even shit on them because you never even watch the product or really know enough to make a, informed opinion about the show. Yeah.
Oh my God, Haley, how are you? She says also, I no longer watch the weekly programming for a while already. Okay, do you think this is because also like the way they've been programming things, right? They are catering to this lack of attention span type people where everything is just, okay, by the way, but I just push out the moments. We're just aiming for the 1 million view video. That's why we got the John Cena Hilton because that was like, confirmed viral. Whether you follow up on it, who cares?
You know what's the crazy thing, right? This title that we put out, right? We thought it's going to be a clickbait. But you know what it is? I think it has triggered our listeners to actually like, come, gather around. Let's really... I think all of us have been kind of low-key, subconsciously not really following the product anymore.
Yeah.
And I would like to argue that I blame it on Netflix.
Ooh, okay.
I blame it. Okay, so here's the crazy thing, right? Like 1 year ago, all of us thought, wow, the fact that it's on Netflix is so accessible.
Yeah.
We can watch it live. I think this is going to be like a spike in viewership, right? That was the intent. And I still believe that should have been the easy like pass for them to start putting out a great product.
Yeah.
My problem with that is that I think WWE, instead of being invigorated and rejuvenated and wanting to like take on this challenge that now we have this wide exposure, let's throw all the greatest hits. Let's really give a hell of like storyline. If the Bloodline was the main storyline during the Netflix era, I think it would have like just skyrocketed. But the problem is they knew it's like when AEW got the HBO Max deal.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we got this deal. Settle already, can lepak. You know what I mean?
Do you think, it's cliche, but they are resting on their laurels. They know that they are the industry brand name. So, okay lah, we can afford to, just create some big moments here and there. But the weekly product, we already sold the show, we are good for the next. What's the contract length? 6 years, 5 years? We are good.
5 years.
Yeah.
No, was it? No, it's 10 years.
10
right?
years? Okay.
5 billion, right?
Well, there you go. We are good for the next 10 years in terms of we have a home. We already made the money, right? Now we need to make back the money that TKO spent. So, okay, to me, I feel like I don't necessarily think it's a Netflix problem. I think it's more of a TKO problem because
Correct.
from a corporate standpoint, right? The corporation has made spent all this money. Now they are in, let's squeeze this product for all it's worth.
Correct.
And unfortunately, that is one of the main problems. We are seeing too much product. It's oversaturated. It's kind of like the Disney Plus problem, the Marvel problem, right? It got to a point where there was so much content. It's like, fine. You can skip NXT, but now you got cross-pollination between Raw and SmackDown and NXT. Sometimes you kind of can't, right? Like Lash Legend just showed up on SmackDown.
Correct. So that's you're exactly right? If like I were to just follow Raw and then like everything about Raw because they have my favorites, I don't need to watch the rest of the shows. Then I can like, kind of like build this affinity for Raw only.
Yeah,
that is fine, right? Because I remember last time when back in Channel 5 days, we could only watch Afterburn or we could only watch Live Wire.
Velocity, bro, Velocity.
Yeah. No, but those catch-up shows only caught up on Raw, like Raw episodes. So like in a way, I was more tuned to watching Raw, what's happening on Raw, because like I didn't have coverage to see SmackDown, right? But now you have all these options. Like I can watch Raw, I can watch SmackDown. If I skip Raw, doesn't matter. SmackDown will catch me up on Raw anyway. You know, so it becomes like it doesn't become destination view. It's more of like okay, it's on my to-do list. I can probably watch it another time.
True.
Right.
True.
Correct.
True.
So the problem is that's why Netflix, to a certain extent, the accessibility has led us to be complacent, knowing that you can always access it anytime. But last time, if it was prime time, you miss 8 p.m. time slot for this big show. You have to like wait until the next year. Or you wait until it's on replay, and that is bossy already, right? That's what you say in Malay.
But if your product is good enough, it doesn't matter what time it comes out, you will want to watch it live. So that's the thing. So we go back. I know you brought up the Bloodline, and we shouldn't keep comparing it, but here's an interesting thought, lah. And I don't know if it's controversial or not, but arguably the Bloodline and Roman Reigns and everything, that was the last vestiges of Vince McMahon booking. If you think about it, everything after that is technically Paul Levesque booking, and you know, obviously, Triple H has done a lot of good for the business, right? In terms of storylines, pushing certain people, blah, 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 that kind of thing, right? But do you think, and Alfred brought it up as well, what do you think of the Netflix era if Vince was still in charge? You know, I think we would actually have nudity.
Come on, guys. Okay, what do you think on Netflix if Vince is still a creative? My honest opinion is, I feel Vince won't go down the celebrity route.
Yeah.
Because I think Triple H is overdoing it because he's trying to be cool. But I don't think I think Vince cares about being cool in that way.
Yeah. And Vince probably wouldn't sell ad space on the mat and the ring and all that stuff because he's always been against that. And that's another thing that might contribute to the product feeling a little bit okay, so this is a vibe thing. It definitely feels a lot more corporate. It feels a lot more bought and paid for, you know? And it's one of those intangibles that you can't exactly explain, but you can feel. Like when you get to a point where the table got Slim Jim, the breakable table got Slim. Like if the announcer table had one Slim Jim logo, okay, fine, whatever. You know, if the Ramway, this match brought to you by freaking
one call out, right?
Whatever, that's fine, right? But like literally there's 5 ads on the ring, Slim Jim on the table, Leather also got commercial. It feels like a joke at this point.
Leather got Fireball. You know last time when do you play Tony Hawk Pro Skater back in the day?
No.
Oh, okay. But the thing about Tony Hawk, even if I wasn't a skateboarding fan, one thing I enjoyed was we actually had this opportunity to build your own skate park. It's kind of like Sims. You build your own building or what, right?
Yeah.
So you can design your own skate park. And the thing about skateboarding culture is they love to do graffiti and text, right?
Yeah.
So we would spend hours trying to not only dress up the skate park, but like do all your brand logos and tag this brand. So that was it was fun, but it still felt a bit rebellious, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But here, right, it really looked like a billboard commercial, you know. Like,
Yeah.
how can I take a feud seriously if, like, you know, they're gonna have a freaking Slim Jim table to break over? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
how do you get the violence across? So that's one big problem. Second big problem, I think a lot of people have touched on it, is that it's so obvious they're trying to milk the shit out of like the prices, the ticket prices.
Yeah.
To basically, I don't know. I know they got into debt just to buy over and leverage on this deal, right, with Netflix. TKO did. So it's clear that everything is just a money making scheme, and you price out families, bro.
Yeah. So, okay. It is very much, we settle this problem now, we forget about the future. But in 10 years' time, what does the landscape look like? So the question is, can you go backwards? Once you push prices up this high, right? Can you in 10 years' time go, okay, we've made the money, let's go backwards? No one. No,
Prices will forever go up.
unless
and up.
unless your viewership really drops, attendance really drops, then they like So it's one of those cases you vote with your dollar. The question is though, in 10 years' time, will it still have that same hype? Because right now, WWE is running straight all off on brand name. Right? Destination viewing. It comes to your country, you must watch. You pay $500. Okay, let me give you an example of that. Oh, by the way, Div says, I feel like Vince might fit the Netflix mood a bit more. Stories will be less smart, but it'll be more risque moments. I agree. And maybe that's what we need. I don't know. And there's a thing about being too smart that Triple H leaned into sometimes during NXT Black and Gold. Some of the stuff that we complain about AEW, like they expect you to be too smart, right? Triple H doesn't fall into that trap, but once in a while he leans into that tendency when you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the problem is, I think there's this feeling that people are getting that he's really trying to be his own Dana White of this whole operation.
Yeah.
And in a way, I know he doesn't want to put himself front and center. Like, he still talks about the talent and all that and all that. But I mean, come on, WrestleMania, he just literally put his face in the poster, in the commercial, right?
Yes.
So like, I do feel like, hey, if you want to go in on that, then put yourself in the storyline, that's fine. But if you want to put yourself as the face of the operation, but you're not even involved in storylines, then like, why are you, so your stars are not selling the show? You know what I mean?
And let's talk about the headliners, right? Like 1 year ago, Roman Reigns was the man. Now it's we'll talk about that. But on the train of thought of like too many PLEs, right? I'm looking at the PLE list for 2025 right now. To be honest, okay, if you just ignore NXT, right? You don't count NXT, just count the main roster stuff, right? Do we count Saturday night's main event? Because I think that is contributing to fatigue.
We shouldn't.
But we should because it is literally the continuation of Raw SmackDown.
Well, WWE has made it clear that at one point it was a very important big deal. The first time they promoted it. But clearly now it's like a battle of the belts. I talked about it before.
Okay, hang on. I wouldn't go that far. So my issue with it is it's now an extra show you have to watch because we had a world title match. We have multiple world titles. We have Goldberg's retirement. We have Cena's retirement. So it is must watch, like must do homework. So now we have an extra show. My argument here is that this is giving us an extra show to watch that, you know, again, really hinges on that one match, maybe two matches.
Correct. But that's the problem, right? Okay, so
more. It's more stuff.
AEW is building supercards, right? That's what they're doing. So they sell all their pay-per-view based on like this super stacked match card. And yes, sometimes it's a bit OTT, but at least you know that if you're gonna pay money, you're gonna get all of this, right? But WWE, I feel like they're gonna sell a PLE based on the strength of like maybe just one marquee match, right? And everything else is forgettable. So like I feel like they are not really building out the card, making it must-see as well.
Yeah. And this is very much the boxing mentality, UFC mentality, right? You have one main event that everyone pays money for, and the rest of the undercard, while talented, while good, nobody's saying it's bad, is not going to sell tickets.
Yeah, and it's not going to sell the attention, right?
Yeah, you just need one John Cena retirement match. Oh, there you go. Who gives a shit about the rest of the card?
Yeah. You know what? I tell you what's the best litmus test. And I'm more than happy for the people in the chat to give their opinion as well. What was your favorite storyline of the year so far?
That's a good fucking question, bro. I'm like, I can tell you what it was last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like,
what was your favorite storyline / rivalry this year? Like a series of matches, maybe.
Seth, the CM Punk.
But that's the thing, Seth and CM Punk didn't really have a series of matches. They had
No,
matches spread out throughout the year. They
correct.
had this long running rivalry, but
Shit.
nothing.
Oh
Right?
my god. Yeah, that's ooh. So
Okay, and
yeah.
but here's the thing, they missed a lot of opportunity. They could have had like a John Cena series of matches because everything was one off. If he had like a rivalry with Cody that stretched out and was a big deal, that's fine. But it wasn't. It was just a deflating thing at WrestleMania, and
Yeah.
then they picked it back up again at SummerSlam. But there wasn't really this animosity going on,
Yeah.
right? CM Punk, okay, some people might argue Jey Uso and Gunther, but really,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Okay, so I love that you brought those names up, right? And we always talk about how when it's the best of times, you have A, B, C stories.
Yeah.
A is like full steam ahead. Then the B story is sort of reaching its climax. C is just starting, right? Right now, it seems like nothing but a bunch of Bs and Cs and no As. And that is a
Alright.
problem, right? The issue of we are coming off a bloodline storyline, which was epic. It was must see every single week. I think
Yep.
that just completely overshadows everything that has been done this year. We have to admit, like
Yep.
it's like you can't get any better than Infinity Avengers Endgame, right?
Yeah, Infinity Saga, right?
Yeah, so the only way is to build back up, and I guess that is where we are right now. That is the quote unquote excuse or the reason that most of us are getting. But here's the thing too, like you talk about the people that have been pushed recently. I finally watched Saturday night's main event. I watched CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso is not the guy to go 20 minutes in the main event. I'm sorry, like we all felt the Yeet mania. You know, I get it, right? But he's no Kofi. He's no Daniel Bryan. He cannot hold a match for 20 minutes. It was a shit show, that match. And, you know, I love CM Punk, but he's getting way too old to carry Jay. It's not possible. Jay versus Gunther worked because Gunther can carry, right?
Yeah. And Punk versus Gunther worked because both could be ring generals in
Yes.
the ring. Right.
Jay, oh my God. He's... I don't know what to say, lah. Like, I think the crowd is not the crowd. The crowd still does the whole Yeet thing, but the internet community is definitely soured on him very quickly.
Yeah. Well, I would say this about Jay, right? Like, I think Jay's time in the main event should come to an end. Like, he can always be the upper mid carder. You know what? Swap places with LA Knight, right?
Please give LA. Yes, exactly. Please. Again, another guy, this is one of the other problems, a guy who's clearly over, clearly getting the pops. And fresh, because if you put him in the main event scene right now, he would be absolutely fresh. For whatever reason, he's not the guy. I don't know why.
Correct. Like to me, my shining light for this year was the Vision, but not Seth Rollins. It was the BNBs, right?
The
like
BNB.
to me, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed really stepped up this year. But again, what is the payoff? Because right now, as of today, no payoff yet, right? You have Bronson Reed becoming the tribal thief. You know what would have been the payoff?
What?
If he had taken like the IC championship for himself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then he
Yeah.
got a reign of terror. That's fine. If Braun Breaker right now at least challenged for the world title at least once, but lost. But then it's like, oh, he's really ready for that spot. That's fine.
Yeah.
So is the issue Seth Rollins is really can't be the guy? Is that the reason?
You know, it's funny, right? Like, he's the guy. He's also very much a Triple H guy. And every time he's been champion, like what you just said, lah. It's like,
Not it.
No, not it, lah. Div Royalty says, Naomi's Hilton. But that
To be
got,
honest?
Yes, very memorable. But that got cut short. I mean, her own choice, lah, and congratulations to her, lah. But, you know, that's going nowhere. That's another one of those, a story that's going nowhere, but it's not their fault. Like,
Correct.
things happen, right?
But to be fair-
Nasran says, the foreign Red Bull story is the best storyline of 2025.
Dude, the fuckers are still around. It's my favorite moment of 2025.
Alfred says, Travis Scott making it on WrestleMania. That one is low light, bro.
Yeah.
The low light of the year.
To be honest, also if you want to focus on the women's division, let's put it that way. This time last year, the MVP was who? Liv Morgan, correct?
Yeah.
I would say this year, the MVP, I would say is Stephanie Verker, correct? But here, let me caveat this by saying Stephanie Verker has been an excellent wrestler, has been well pushed and well deserved in winning the titles. Has she had any memorable feuds?
Nope. And I don't know what it is. Was she injured at some point, or there was like she had disappeared for a while, right?
No, they didn't wanted to give the title to her at
Right.
the Clash in Paris, so they
Right.
held off. So here's the thing: you have this star, but how do you establish a star? You need to put her through the gauntlet and have to
Yeah.
go overcome a lot of challenges.
Mm.
Who is her rival? Who is the one that is like what? No one.
The worst part is, right, she's now in segments with Nikki Bella on
Yeah.
Raw, week in, week out. Like, she's buddying up. Like, literally, when I watch these segments, I go, "Ooh, why?" Like,
Unless she's foreshadowing a heel turn, Nikki
yeah.
Bella.
Yeah, yeah. Like, one of them is going to, like, suddenly turn. But, like, right now, it's been several weeks that Stephanie has saved Nikki, and then they tag team. It's like, I don't care to see. I'm sorry, but like, I feel bad. But Nikki Bella's booking, it's not it either. And maybe it's because she can't go in the ring anymore, right?
Correct. And we're talking about like issues, right? And of course, guys, if you all have any more things to say what went wrong in WWE, please share on the chat. I think we would love to talk about all the topics. But can I give you one big topic, one big reason why I think WWE is not doing well this year, and it's gonna be quite controversial, bro.
Okay, go for it.
Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline, not in your soul, apparently. Very quickly before we jump into Cody Rhodes, and oh my god, I think we're going to have a lot to say. Div says the Unreal documentary ruined Jey Uso completely. I think the Unreal documentary, in a lot of ways, I don't want to say is the problem. I think a lot of people hope that would be like the next breakout show on Netflix, right?
But people forgot about it already.
Yeah, we forgot about it pretty quick, even as hardcore fans. And I think this whole breaking of kayfabe to this extent might be also a part of the problem as well, where nothing seems real anymore. If everything is, it's storyline only, right? Then,
Correct.
like,
Correct.
it's this one of those like, yeah, we know lah, we cover one eye, we know they are working lah. But it's another thing to completely, here is how I take a bump. Here, they are hugging each other. They're talking about the finish of the match. It's like, it's not the same as the F1 documentary. It's different. I think real sports and WWE can never do the same. Like, we gave it a chance. Remember, we were quite high on this documentary, but after it came out and then it sort of like didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad thing in hindsight.
For me, the best WWE wrestling documentaries is like career DVDs.
Yes.
Like when you do an autobiography of like Stone Cold after his career has been wrapped up.
Yeah.
If somebody did a documentary on Stone Cold in 1999, right after his neck break, and like he's talking about that, to me I'll be like, dude, like let his career finish first.
It's an aura thing. I think it's what the kids say, right? Like, it's like you don't want your superheroes to be too real, too attainable. If not, they become just any other guy. Oh, Rhea Ripley is, she's upset and she's getting emotional and she's crying. Like, man, like as much as I love the fact that they're sharing this stuff, she's the eradicator. Goddammit, she's supposed to be going out there and destroying people, not crying backstage.
Well, who I would say what would be a great thing to show right now?
What?
Do a documentary on Hulk Hogan or do a biopic on Hulk Hogan right now. Because, in the most kindest way, he's already passed away.
Yeah, he's gone.
So his legacy is there. You can pick that and you can make, like, that can be a great piece of cinema or art. And it can actually complement the current product because people who will watch that will be like, wow, okay, they came from this world, let's check out WWE. Or people who are new to WWE will be like, oh, I'm learning about this past big star.
Yeah.
Like don't do things that take the attention away from the product, unnecessarily, right?
Agree. And yes, we will get to Cody, but I also have to bring up another thing.
Okay, sure.
The sheer number of titles on this show. I'd be remiss not to bring it up because we once bitched about it on AEW side, right?
Hey, AEW haven't stopped yet. They just debuted a new title again.
Are you serious? Wait, talk to me. I have no idea about this. You tell me about this first.
They just announced on Dynamite the AEW National Championship to be crowned at Full Gear.
What the heck is that? Why? Didn't they dissolve one championship recently?
They had the Continental title. They had the International Championship. They combined it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it the Unified, which is a dumb name. But apparently this is supposed to be an ode to NWA because NWA used to have an NWA National Championship. But here's the crazy thing: NWA currently still has the national championship and is an active title, has an active champion.
Yeah.
And I think it's some indie guy, I don't know what it's something Monroe, something whatever.
Okay.
But when AEW and Tony Khan announced it, this exact same guy started throwing up a shitstorm on Twitter. It's like, what the hell, you guys starting this national? I am the national championship. So I don't know, bro.
Is this supposed to be a mid-card title or something?
Well, probably like a television title. And this is also coming off the heels of them just announcing an AEW women's tag team title as well. So the whole point I'm trying to say is too many titles is not just a WWE problem. It's a whole wrestling industry problem right now.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, it's also like as the booker, as the corporation, you need to step in and say, okay, there's one too many already. And watching SmackDown this week, I felt it. You know why?
Why?
Literally the first hour and a half, every segment featured one champion at least. It was ridiculous. At some point, the titles mean nothing anymore.
Correct.
Again,
Correct.
you know, the first segment on SmackDown, I'm trying to remember, it was Cody Rhodes came out with the title. Boom. One guy, right? And then you had, who did you have? I forget. Dragunov. Yeah, exactly. The next segment is US title. And then there was Jade Cargill came out. I'm that bitch. Mic drop. That's a great way to do a promo, by the way, because she doesn't even talk a lot. Just say one line. F off.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill's presentation is perfect right now. Let's give them some props for that.
Let her be, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of wasting time. And that's another problem we'll talk about. There's a lot of time wasting in WWE. The walkouts, the commercials, the just standing around and talking. Like, it took me almost, like, was it 15, 20 minutes before we actually got a US title match on SmackDown?
Yeah,
I was sitting there with my dad. I was like, the f is this?
When are we going to jump to the action? This is wrestling.
Right. And it's crazy because usually when I watch, I'm doing something in the middle of it. So I don't realize how much time they waste. But now, as I'm sitting on the couch, actually watching the product and focusing on it, I realize, hey, faster leh. Give me some action leh.
It's like every entrance now is like Undertaker long.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Like Cody needs to do this, then Jay needs to repeat the song.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that cannot lie. And again, we talked about this before. Why not have an extra match? Do a cruiserweight match. Give us a reason to see some of your underused talent, right? And that's the other problem that they have. They actually have a huge pool of underused talent. But yes, again, too many titles. Like Chelsea Green, as much as we love her, she has the AAA mixed tag title. So another one it's like Julia comes out, she got a title. Chelsea Green comes out, she got a title. I'm like, okay, this is AEW. Like, this is horrendous. None of it matters.
Okay, dude. And then another crazy thing is, right, do you feel like WWE has been so focused on getting all these accolades and titles, they've lost the spirit of what makes wrestling great?
Yep.
Normal feuds. Issues, non-title feuds.
Yeah,
right?
Issues. A lot of the issues are like nonsense issues.
That's why this time last year, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? No titles. They screwed each other out of titles, but the entire was a blood feud. What's the blood feud this year?
Drew and Cody.
Drew and getting fired. Drew and never winning the title.
Drew is like, unfortunately, right now the stuff he's doing with Cody is almost like the stuff he did with CM Punk on repeat, Timu version. You know, he loses, but you know the champion won with some sort of shenanigans, so he has a bitch. Like, we see a lot of the stuff on WWE seems like, we've seen this before, just with different players.
Correct. And so, are we gonna start talking about Cody? Because I can't wait to start talking about him.
Okay, before we talk about Cody,
no, before what else, Mr.
because
Young?
there's a lot.
Yeah,
I want to go back to the idea of the A, B, and C storylines, right?
Yep.
We can't identify an A storyline, but we know what was supposed to be the A storyline.
The Vision?
No.
No.
It's a storyline they milked for the whole year.
Dude, it's not coming to me, bro. Shit.
Huh?
Mr. Young, it's not coming to me. What?
Bro, you okay? You need the Red Bull. That's what happens when you don't drink Red Bull. You forget shit. What? Fuck all this healthy stuff.
Fuck all this healthy stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat fried rice after this.
I'm talking about the last time is now tournament. John Cena's retirement.
Oh shit, John. That's old. Now I know why this year has sucked.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the previous year. It was the Bloodline. That was the headlining act that everyone was buzzing about, and it was must-see TV. John Cena's retirement was supposed to be the must-see TV. We all know what happened with him turning heel, all the bullshit things, and then now in the final stretch, it's almost as if they threw up their hands. Give up lah. F it, like, just have a moment. And then now is the only time, right? They're like, okay, let's put together a tournament. Maybe we can drum up some hype for it. I swear, bro, when they announced the brackets, did you feel the same lack of excitement that I did? Because wow, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the product as a whole. Let me see if I can find it. I need to pull it up right now. But
no, dude, you know why this is the case, bro?
Why?
It's thanks to their new booker, bro. I blame the new booker.
New booker? Who's the new booker?
ChatGPT, bro. ChatGPT did this. Clearly, it's a ChatGPT that come up with this title tournament.
Okay, come. The brackets, This is to fight for the honor to fight John Cena in his last match is a bit of a lame duck tournament, honestly. But there could be some amazing matchups. First match announced: Shinsuke Nakamura, who's been nowhere doing nothing.
Yeah.
Versus Sheamus, who's kind of been nowhere doing nothing. Look, we love these two guys as wrestlers. They are tenured, respected wrestlers in the industry. Yeah. But this is a what have you done for me lately business. Mm-hmm. And would you say that Shinsuke and Cena have had a storied rivalry?
No.
Would you say that, Sheamus and Cena, but it's not one of his best?
They haven't touched it in years, in a decade at least.
So that first match already, I'm like, I don't care.
And here's the part, right?
Yeah.
They just announced they pulled the balls out of a random, stroller or whatever it is. Dude, why is there no one why is it not in storyline? Why is there not Randy coming out and say,
oh yeah,
hey, I want to be the first person. You know what I mean? Call it out in a storyline. Not just announce it like some presentation.
But you got R-Truth doing that. Remember that segment last week? He came in with the balls.
Yeah.
R-Truth, who was serious for a hot second and got hot, is back. We talked about this before, He's literally default setting already. He's back to being the same old goofy nonsense bullshit.
Does his hair grow back already or what?
No, that's why he's wearing hat. He's wearing a John Cena hat. Okay, so that's the first match. Again, anticipation, guys. Hype level for that first announcement: Shinsuke versus Sheamus. Non-existent. Mm-hmm. If any of you in chat are actually excited for that, let me know. Okay. Here's the next match to be showcased on Raw. Rusev.
Okay.
Versus, I'm sorry, Div, Damian Priest.
What's the link?
Not only no link, it's again two guys who are not hot, who are not relevant. I know Rusev and Cena, they had a feud, right?
Yep. 10 years ago.
Yes. Damian Priest got no link to John Cena, but maybe people are excited for him to come back after he got his face burnt off by Malachi Black. But shouldn't he be going after Malachi Black? That should be his next thing. He shouldn't be back and, I'm going to challenge for the right to fight John Cena. No. If somebody burned my face, the first thing I do when I come back, I want to fuck that guy up.
So that's the thing, right? What is the story? Okay, I know they're trying to tease all these people that they haven't announced yet. They got some history people from outside WWE. Those things are fun.
Yeah, sure.
But the people in WWE, there needs to be even they announced The Miz, right, in going into the tournament.
Bro.
I just don't like how they did it. They announced it. It should be a backstage thing. When they call people out and then their reaction, the draft stuff.
Yeah.
Something bro. Something creative, bro. Come on.
Yeah, they've done it better with previous drafts and stuff like that, right? So yeah, Shinsuke, Sheamus, Rusev, Damian Priest, and you just alluded to it. Jey Uso, who we've talked about as being just I don't want to see him in a wrestling ring. I am sorry. I am so done. I'm done with the whole...
Oh no.
Okay, enough of that shit, right? Versus The Miz, who, another guy, hasn't been on TV for such a long time. Yes, he had the feud with John Cena, the potential to have Miz versus, but are we really
missing out? Are we really missing out?
Are we missing out? No. Are we clamoring for a Miz John Cena match? No, we are not. I've always said that Miz is the most underrated guy. I have much respect for him, but I don't care about that match whatsoever. I don't care about Jey Uso versus Miz whatsoever, right? So it's and Jey, and I'm sorry, Miz works hard in the ring. He's not at the level where he can carry Jey. So this is not going to be a nice, a good match either. it's like
And,
this.
and like
Oh,
the only thing is, right, it's like we know for a fact, right, that the rumors has already said that most likely the one that's gonna face the John Cena at the end of his career is Gunther. Like
yeah,
that's the one that everyone's have their eyes on.
mm.
So it's like everything that they announce right now is like waste time. Like there's
Yeah
no
lah.
like no one cares.
Exactly. This just feels like a bunch of bullshit, like a bunch of stuff to get us there that's not important. You don't even need to watch, you just need to watch the finals, right? Naufa, what's up? Says they should call it the John Cena Gacha tournament because this one is just gacha, it's just anyhow random one.
Yeah, man.
Lucky draw. Viv says I'm not a fan of Rusev as well, he's boring AF.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, look, we saw his promos, the student of God or the, remember?
God's favorite, no, Redeemer, the Redeemer.
The Redeemer. I think the guy can go. I think it's just the booking of him has been just god awful recently, right?
Yeah, it has been bad.
And then the final announcement. Okay, this is not the final list, right? There are actually going to be more matches, right? It's not just 4 matches.
No,
Okay.
it's supposed to be 16.
16.
People.
Okay, so this is just the first half lah. LA Knight, versus Surprise. Okay,
Yes,
so Nick
I
Aldis does the whole, maybe I should reveal this to you next week. I'll keep... Okay lah, fine. Like, he's not bad actor lah. You believe him lah. He didn't feel hokey lah. Huh?
He's giving me the James Bond vibes. So fine.
Yeah, he's fine. LA Knight versus surprise entrant. Who's it going to be for this to be exciting? Because, look, I think a lot of people feel like LA Knight should get the win. But it feels like LA Knight is just here to lose to the surprise entrant.
Yeah. Like, okay, if this whole tournament consisted of all of Cena's rivals that he feuded throughout the year, and they're like, okay, this is my one last chance. Like, I want one more match with Punk. I want one more match with Randy. I want one more match with AJ. Then like it feels like, yeah, give me that match. I want to see that. And maybe like half the bracket can be like rematches from this past year, people that we wanted him to see against, and then half can be really they can really categorize it like, okay, these are all the youngsters who wants to step up. So you can have people like Carmelo Hayes, people like Grayson Waller. Remember I told you my whole story about Austin Theory. Like, then these are people who the crowd loves, right? They want them to be given a chance and then to be put in this tournament that felt like a big deal. And then they can have that one bracket where it's all like these surprises, right?
Yeah.
You got your TNA guys, you got your maybe Edge, I don't know. Like, all these people. Like there's so many ways to present this. That's the point.
At this point, the only way that they can truly cause a shock wave, right, is in fact to get Adam Copeland. Because right now, it's going to be Gunther and we're going to be like, oh, cool. Yeah, whatever.
But question to you.
Yeah.
Do you think they are wasting Cena's final match with a retread of a classic rivalry as opposed to putting over somebody that could use the rub?
Wait, what do you mean? Say that again?
No, so like think about it. Like right now, this is to crown the final opponent for John Cena, right?
Yeah.
As a long-term booker, would you want to waste that slot on like a classic opponent from the past for nostalgia,
right?
Versus like actually putting over somebody lah for the future?
It has to be putting over somebody, and I think John Cena is the type of wrestler performer who will go out on his back.
Right. So that's the point. So if Edge was to come back and just to take part in a tournament he's going to lose, he will never touch John Cena. What?
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. So it would just be stupid, right? No, but okay. If that is the case, then maybe one more time Edge versus John Cena. It defines that whole ruthless aggression era, right?
All right.
That said, I think that a major problem that defines the WWE for 2025 is the fact that their A storyline, the John Cena storyline, has been an absolute bust. And even in the final stretch when it's do or die time, and here's the thing, him coming out for the last few times is actually a very emotional thing. It's
correct.
Everything leading up to it has been just, we know the moment is going to be big, so we won't build a story around the moment because the moment will sell itself. It feels like that. And it sucks that that's the case because I want to feel the emotions leading up, but there's nothing to feel right now looking at this bracket.
The last time I felt something for Cena is really that announcement that he did with AJ Styles. Then I really felt like, wow, okay, this is the final stretch. Like, I start to get that emotion.
Bro,
I want to
have, right? Yeah.
I want to have that emotion for his last few appearances. And, I know he's going to be in Boston on Raw this coming week. So that should be a big deal. If I was Cena, I want him to give like special treat matches in his last few appearances. So, like, if he were to do on Raw, they just for the lol suddenly have like a random match with like Dom Mysterio. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
just make his last few appearances exciting and unpredictable. I just don't want him to go out and talk to the crowd and go home. You know?
But yeah, and that's the problem with this past year as well. Like we've talked about last week, right? Every match that he's had with his ex-opponents just feels like a tribute act. It
Exactly.
Wrestling is not like a concert. When you go to a Backstreet Boys concert, you want to hear "I Want It That Way," "Larger Than Life." You will sing along to the hits, right?
Yeah.
Wrestling, I feel like, oh man, and maybe I'll catch flack for this, and maybe you don't agree, right? Again, going back to the AJ match, I didn't actually think it was that good. It just felt like a tribute act. Like, why do I want to see John Cena do what he did?
I understand.
You
I
know,
understand.
again, yeah.
I will give you a very good example of how to utilize a retirement, a real life retirement, into an actual wrestling storyline and really milk both things and have a good payoff.
Okay.
Do you remember Ric Flair's retirement storyline?
Which one?
Okay, that's fair. That's on me. Ric Flair's WWE retirement
Against
that was
Shawn,
WrestleMania.
against Shawn Michaels, I love you, I'm sorry, super kick to the face, right?
Correct.
Yes.
But you know when that storyline started off?
When?
It
I forgot.
started off the year before in November, December, where basically I think Vince McMahon brought him to the middle of the ring and told Ric Flair, from now on, if you lose your next match,
Oh.
you will have to you will leave WWE. Like,
Yes.
you are gone from WWE. So Ric Flair took it as a challenge, and Ric Flair said, "I will never retire. I will never lose." Blah, blah, blah. So he actually went on a winning streak
Yeah.
from November all the way until WrestleMania. He won like against like Chris Jericho, all the new guys like Carlito, Chris Masters, even like some of the bigger guys like Randy Orton and all that. And then when he was on this like high, he said, "You know what? I want to face the greatest of them all. And now that I'm on this good momentum, I feel confident I can take him on," which is Shawn Michaels. And then Shawn Michaels came out and he's like, "I'm honored,
Yeah.
but I do not want to be known as the guy who retired Ric Flair."
Yeah.
And then he's like, I think he made a story about Old Yeller. Remember this Old Yeller?
Yeah, yeah. You take him out to the back of the yard and shoot.
Yeah, and then he started slapping Shawn Michaels. "Oh, you call me Old Yeller? You call me Old Yeller? Blah, blah, blah." You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
you hear the drama,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you know this is going to be a real life story because he was going to be announced to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. So in the real life, out of kayfabe, he is retiring. He did an emotional speech, but at the end of his speech, he says, "So, well, tomorrow's match is not going to be my luck." He still could sell the pay-per-view at
Yeah.
that point in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything felt in line with the storyline as opposed to it just being a cop-out. And like,
Yeah.
he's gonna retire at the end of WrestleMania.
So, okay, like the two, I love that you brought up this comparison, right? Because on the one hand, with Ric Flair, you have a storyline that is at any moment it could end,
Yeah.
right? Because, yeah, if he loses, he's out. Versus John Cena, I will end it on December 31st, blah, 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 blah. So it's two very, in John Cena's case, I think that's a much harder emotional roller coaster because sort of like, it's been laid out already. Win or lose or draw, he's going to retire anyway, no matter what happens.
Correct. If he had tweaked it a bit, he doesn't say when is his end, but he says, "If I do not win a
Yeah.
world title by the end of the year, I will retire."
Yep.
Then there's stakes.
Yeah.
Immediately, every time he appears on TV is a must see.
Yeah, you're right. Then there's a ticking clock, right?
Correct.
It's like,
Correct.
can he? And then he's like, I don't know lah. Then he challenges for the Intercontinental title also, and then no, but that would require him going on the losing streak. I don't think they want him doing that lah.
Correct. I know Alfred asked this question. If you guys were Paul Levesque, I assume, how will you book WWE if WWE had a redemption year for this? If you were to do over 2025, right?
Ooh.
Okay, I know that's a big thing to
Yeah,
like book
big
on the fly
ask.
on the podcast.
Also,
yeah.
let me point out, a lot of it is not just Paul. He has to answer to upstairs, Nick, the true final boss. Nick Khan. A
don't
lot
tell
of it is corporate pressure saying, okay, we want this person or we need you to do this many pay-per-views. Because I'm sure if Triple H was given full 100% creative control and you don't have to worry about the money, you just do wrestling, I think it would be a very different story.
Maybe he has paymasters to assign to. But
Yes.
okay, I can take a stab at it because it all plays through the main quarterback. And we are
Oh,
gonna finally talk about it, right,
oh,
Mr. Yang?
wait, I'm trying to look for other things to
No, don't change the
divert.
subject, bro. We already been 1 hour into the podcast. Come on. Okay.
Okay. Can we talk about the other champion then?
Oh no. It's all good.
Can
I
we
love
talk
CM
about
Punk,
CM
but
Punk
no.
then?
Let's talk about Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Okay, fine. You can talk
Okay,
about
fine.
Cody Rhodes and how you don't love adrenaline in your soul.
No, I do love him. Okay, but here's the thing, right? Cody Rhodes, the chaser, very compelling.
Yeah.
And he finally finished the story. So the entire him chasing the title Odyssey spread out for 2 years. That also played a part in how hot the industry was at the point in
Well,
time.
yes, and let's not forget also, you talk about the top guy, the top dog, the big dog, the tribal
Yep.
chief. He
Correct.
had undeniable aura at like a million, right?
Established final boss.
Yeah, so I feel like it's different when you talk about hype. When it's somebody, a heel champion that needs to be dethroned versus a babyface champion, it's much harder to be a babyface champion.
Correct. But I do agree with both points. And even last year after WrestleMania 30, the aftermath of the Bloodline saga, right? Like
Yeah.
the end game ended. There's always that period of what happens next. So like, Cody starting off his title run, and then like, Roman having this crisis of identity, and then like coming back as a babyface, even though he really didn't turn back babyface. Like all of that still felt really, really compelling in 2024. That culminated in last year's War Games, which all of you guys remember. When Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, all of them were kind of together. So that still felt compelling. But the problem is, right, this year it had to be a clean slate year. They had to start something new,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And to me, I know they love Cody Rhodes as the like the number one babyface and all that. If they knew ahead of time that The Rock is not gonna commit and do shit this year, honestly, I would not have minded him actually saying yes to The Rock and turning heel at that point in time.
And finally giving us Cody Lander.
Sell your soul to The Rock as the unwilling guy. Can you imagine an entire year of Cody still trying to be the babyface guy that he is, but also being a servant to The Rock? How compelling is that? It's like,
In a way, they are kind of doing this storyline right now, right?
yep.
I'm sorry to sidetrack, but you know who I'm talking about?
No.
So the whole idea of somebody who's subservient to another, even though they treat them like shit, and it's forcing them to do stuff, even though they work well together, but there are moments where they get yelled at.
Don't tell me it's Kabuki Warrior.
Yes, Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Correct. Fine.
And I know. I'm sorry, it's a bit of a sidetrack, right? But
Yep.
like the potential was there to have Kyrie break out and turn and finally like, oh my gosh, she's free. But it's also recently felt like they've dropped the ball on it, hasn't it? Like in the last Raw, it feels like they're on the same page. They are just now two heels acting up.
Yeah. You're right.
So again, this is the whole like storylines kind of going nowhere problem that we have in WWE as well. But sorry, back to Cody.
Okay, so if Cody had said yes to The Rock, sold his soul and all that kind of stuff, The Rock could have gone away, right?
Yep.
Never to be seen for the next 1 year. But you have continuity in The Rock potentially turning Cody heel and like having all that drama, and John Cena can be the baby face. Because the crowd wanted to cheer for Cena. The crowd didn't want him to turn heel.
Yeah.
Even though they were teasing like, maybe it'll be fun his final year he turned heel. But you know what? That ship has sailed. He should have turned heel in 2013 against The Rock, right?
Yeah.
So Cena tries to win the title. Cody Rhodes is like this unwilling servant of The Rock, but still trying to hold on to his last vestiges of a babyface. That would have made him a very compelling top champion, isn't it not?
Isn't he kind of doing it right now with the finish of the match at Saturday Night's main event where he DDT Drew into the belt?
Fuck lah. That one is a bit too late lah, bro.
Okay, no, I know exactly what you're saying, and I think that the Cody Lander thing the entire internet has been calling for it for the longest time. And we've seen his heel work outside of WWE. We know he can pull it off, right? I think he's too much of a face of the corporate face of the company right now for them to do that.
But I would love for him to have nuance to his character. I never say
Yeah.
he had to turn fully heel.
Oh.
I just have to say he had to have a crisis of. So that's why his feud with Kevin Owens this time last year was
Yes.
really compelling,
Yes,
right?
because there was that whole the seeds of him maybe leaning into the dark side a bit.
Correct. And there was this one thread that I thought they were gonna like really pull on it for the rest of the year, but it didn't. Like they didn't capitalize it. Remember they said like Cody, when you become champion, everyone who helped you get to where you were
Well,
is
yeah,
gonna turn on you.
yeah.
And that's when everyone that he helped, like like Seth Rollins turned on him, Kevin Owens turned on him, Randy eventually turned on him, and then finally he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the dark side because I lost everyone trying to be the babyface champion." Like that whole storyline can be told the entire year. It could have been an A2 storyline going parallel with John Cena,
Yep.
because if they had their rematch at Cena's final match, which is end of the year, and then Cody turns heel finally on Cena,
Ooh.
then not only you close the chapter on John Cena with a dramatic cliffhanger, but then that starts the whole Cody Hilton for the rest of next year.
Yeah, and wow, yeah. There you go. That's how we should have done 2025. Instead,
Yeah.
instead we
Don't-
got a bunch of inconsequential shit.
Instead, we got Travis Scott, bro. Come on. Fuck this
Oh
shit.
no. Yeah, I think like we said before lah, like your main championship, even though sometimes yes, it's not about the title, right? Your main guy still needs to be the A2 storyline. And
Correct.
this year Cody has not been it. We talked about John Cena. His whole retirement year has not been it. Nothing but a bunch of B storylines
Correct.
for 2025. I will say that it really feels like they're making efforts in building the other divisions. The tag team division, for example, the women's tag team division actually feels a little bit more fleshed out now.
Yeah, yeah. I would say, like, to their credit, the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte experiment, I don't know whether that was planned or not planned.
Yeah.
It has done wonders for Charlotte Flair.
And now you actually have a proper division. You have Kabuki Warriors, you have Lash Legend and Nia
And
Jax,
Nia Jax,
apparently
yep.
becoming a team. There's one more team I'm missing.
You got Chelsea Green
Chelsea
and
Green.
Piper Niven and Alba Fire.
Alpha Fire, yeah.
Yeah. So there, yeah, and who can forget Roxy?
Roxy and Raquel.
Roxanne and Raquel,
And-
then the NXT girls,
The NXT girls.
Sol Ruka and
Oh, no, so injured already. So injured.
yeah, I know. At that point in time, it was Sol Ruka and Daria.
Zaria.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Julia and whatever Kiana James, freaking rubbish. Again, that annoys me greatly. That annoys me greatly. I'm not like the biggest Julia fan out there, but really, the fact that I don't know how you drop a ball that hard with a character like that.
I know you said like a couple of episodes ago, like she's just like any other Japanese wrestler. There was a point in time where you would really see
Yeah.
what's so interesting about her. But I think the way they booked her, it made her even worse, right?
Oh yeah, 100,000% worse. So yeah, what
Yeah,
happened?
correct.
Is
So-
Orton
Ruka, Zara.
injured?
No, he's on a break. Like he hasn't appeared since shit. When he has, I don't know, when was the last time we saw Randy Orton?
Wasn't he on like a random SmackDown? I feel like I missed it. I blink and you miss, sort of.
Yeah.
He reappeared on SmackDown. Yes,
Yeah, he did.
it was during this whole Drew McIntyre, Cody shenanigans.
Yeah, she had a thing with Drew, and then
Yeah.
Drew took him out, right?
Yeah, so he shows up and then gets taken out and then disappears.
There you go. So I tell you, one of the main reasons why, okay, if you're not talking about business, you're not talking about TKO and all that, the storylines, like you
Yep.
have your A champion, Cody Rhodes, just not hitting it. He won the title for a second time, and like immediately became forgettable. Immediately his opening monologues are fucking boring. Like nothing happens. Like okay, if he come
Hey.
out and then somebody confronts, still fine. He just talks and then goes home.
Bro. This might, trigger you a little bit, right?
What?
But there have been episodes of Raw where you have CM Punk doing an opening monologue and it's felt boring.
That's why. How can you make CM Punk boring, right?
By overdoing the same shit.
You know what it is? By not giving him a compelling rival.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
After Seth, who else was the rival? Like Gunther never really felt like there was issues with him and Gunther. Dominic Mysterio, nothing.
We talked about this before. There are only very select few people who can draw in a crowd or draw attention by talking about nothing. Bray Wyatt comes to mind. Stone Cold, the old Rock, not the new Rock. No, even no. The Rock still needs material. He needs somebody to like target, right?
Correct. No, but that's the thing. Like, I am of the argument that you shouldn't put your wrestlers in a position where you have nothing to fight about, nothing to talk about, no opponent to talk against.
So that's a booking problem, right? Like
It's a booking problem.
You are giving people just okay. You go out there and buy time. It's essentially you go out there and buy time for us because we need to fill up the time, and that's the other problem, right? Like we talk about, there's too much time filling up. It doesn't feel like an action-packed show. It feels like we are just here for the moments. After a while, it's like, okay, prime example, WWE 2K25 and all the games. The first few times you play, wow, you see all the entrance, wow, show only wow, the graphics, wow, look, damn nice, sweet, right?
Yeah.
After how many matches, you go to the options, turn off entrance. Because you just want to get to the game.
Yes, exactly. You're right. And the cool thing about all this is that it's not as if they don't have great talent, right?
Yeah.
You really have incredible talent. You have, even people like JD McDonough, right? Like, the people are fans of him. Like, he can wrestle.
Yeah.
They love him now. And you also have people like Ilya Dragunov. I'm damn happy Ilya Dragunov is back, right? Showing who he is. So, like, there is potential. Like, you can imagine put Gunther and Ilya one day, right?
On all the special sauces. He went away and went to Mexico and bought all the bloody special sauces and then like...
Oh, no.
Div says, who does the 20-minute promo to kick off shows that don't really go anywhere remind you of? Who does it remind you of?
Triple H lah, back in the day. The Reign of Terror, right? Dave, is that what you're talking about?
I am going to kick your... Remember that Rock?
I am the gamer. I'm going to say absolutely nothing for 20 minutes.
So, wait, is this a Paul Levesque special where he just sends his top guy out there and talk?
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. When we were growing up watching wrestling, right, the opening segment is the most fucking interesting thing about the show. Like, you set up a feud for the end of the night. You have stakes. You have like, even John Cena when he had his opening promo monologue, like, because he was so controversial at that point in time, people were booing him and what. It felt like a raucous scenario, right?
Yeah.
Cody just feels like an ambassador.
So that's the thing. Have they gone too corporate in that you see everyone walking backstage. Oh yeah, these are the athletes arriving. Like, it's a very UFC thing. I feel like gone are the days where the start of the match is, oh shit, we're in the kappa, and then like Stone Cold is throwing somebody into a beer truck, the kind of like chaotic start, right? Like, I feel like we haven't had that kind of a holy shit in a while.
Yeah, when was the last time? Remember last time they always make a big deal of like some SUV or some, like payloader drives into the arena. Then after that they go screech. Then after that the door open and then somebody step out and then he's like taping his fist coming to the ring, And oh my god, it's about to start. No. Then it starts, you know what I mean?
Now everyone is too professional. That's the problem. Everyone is like, earlier this day, and then you see like Steffi Verker with her fucking luggage walking.
Hey, I mean, that's nice. I mean, I love to look at her, but sure.
Well, okay, I just use her as an example. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they show like, I don't know, who's somebody like nobody really like cares about. Walking backstage.
Right. Then there needs to be a chaos, to start off the show. Or there needs to be stakes and urgency. I think urgency is what is missing from a lot of things. When was the last time they started off with a match?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now even the intro to the match will take you 20 minutes before you even get to the match. So, like, it feels like if I want to watch wrestling, I just watch the highlights and that's good enough. I don't need all this, entrances and bullshit.
Correct. Like, why would you and your dad sit through a 10-minute Cody Rhodes enter him just kissing the babies?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And what was it even he said on SmackDown? I don't even remember, yeah.
What did he say?
I don't remember. Only he's talking shit about Drew.
He was talking about
the match. He's talking about how like he's moving on from Drew.
Correct. And then Aleister Black came in, right?
Yeah, Aleister Black and then Zelina with her, like, she suddenly turned heel and then like, oh, you are healed, you can show more skin. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what? I do like Aleister and Zelina together. They're finally utilizing them.
You know what's crazy, bro?
What?
I watched the first hour and a half of SmackDown. I didn't even watch the main event. Because I know. Who gives a shit about Aleister Black versus Cody?
Cody's going to win. Like, you know what's the crazy thing? Cody versus Malachi Black in AEW felt like a bigger deal. Remember the first time he debuted?
Yeah. But and then of course there was the that spinning kick, and then he completely missed it by a mile. I don't know about that, but Malachi. See, the problem is this match could have been a big deal if Malachi had been highlighted. Used like the last thing we saw him in was like scarring Damien Priest's face.
Oh yeah, burning him with the fire.
Yeah, but even that felt like oh shit, like two NXT guys going at it.
Yeah, again, that's why I said if your top guy feels like a big deal, everything that revolves around him feels like a big deal.
Yeah.
Cody just doesn't have that aura. Right? I don't know whether he was overexposed because he was gone for like 2 months after he, he won the title. He was gone for a while to film Street Fighter, right?
Yeah. When he came back, it was just like, oh, you're back.
You're back. Yeah, you're back. You're fighting Drew.
Yeah, I think it's a vibe and an aura thing. Like how we talked about Roman Reigns came back. Doesn't feel like the tribal chief anymore. Doesn't feel like that must-see television anymore.
Dude, he came back too many times.
Yeah.
He exactly. Like 4 or 5 times already, bro.
And
like this year.
Each subsequent time, it has felt less and less important to a point where I don't even remember what he did the last time he was back.
To be fair, the last time he lost again to Bronson Reed, which was a great rub for Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
I've got to say that. Remember, he said to Jay and Jimmy, "I do not want to see you until after Christmas."
Yeah, what the like? Okay, so I guess that's when he'll be back after Christmas in January, right? But
yes,
there's no. Now you have 2 babyface champions. So this is the other problem I see, right? I feel like at any one point, you need to have a strong heel threat.
Correct.
Because when you have babyface champions, it's just not the same vibe. Once again, I go back to Roman Reigns. He was like the big... So you could have your World Heavyweight Championship being held by a babyface. That's fine, right? Because you have this mega monster heel that needs to be dethroned. Now both of your champions are faces, and both are in non-compelling storylines, and they don't feel like they're under threat.
Correct. And the only issue I realize is also they can't keep doing this like over and over, like this pattern of like booking people and then just putting them in a feud like that. There needs to be a continuity that leads to them wanting to feud and fight.
Okay,
right?
Is this a bit of a hot take? But I kind of feel like Jey Uso should have won the title and very subtly turn heel.
The dark side of Jey Uso.
Because you see, now you have CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and they are... in a way, this might be insulting to you, but I feel like they are on the same level of like champion. Both babyface champion. I mean, one is more of a veteran, yes, agree, right? But in terms of like their popularity or aura right now, they're sort of like similar. Would you agree?
Yeah, Punk wasn't supposed to be champion at this point in time. We all know because it was Seth, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand, but I think it's exciting because like I think Punk can build a division around him. Even with a Jey Uso that's jilted, I think it's still okay.
Right. No, but my point is that I feel like they really should have held off the Punk title win for WrestleMania. I think that is the most compelling storyline. And turning Jey slightly heel, because he already been showing heel tendencies, right?
Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be a suddenly like, oh, I hate you all, I don't want to yeet, I'm not your puppet, blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be that sort of a heel turn. It could have been that whole mentality of he wants to be the next Roman. He feels like he's not living up to the tribal chief, so he takes things a little bit too extreme, and then people start turning on him. When he starts doing the yeet thing, people do the yeet less, and that's how you slowly and then you have CM Punk chase.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
My Grab is just outside.
What the?
Continue talking, Mr. Young. Let's go.
Okay, I guess it's just me on the show. Foreign with the fried rice, with the Grab. Hey, I wonder if we'll see Grab guy make a special appearance on the show. Chat, how are we doing today, by the way? Yes, heel Jey Uso, please. He can turn on Jimmy, and Jimmy can go early I don't know why I said penitentiary, because they're from the Uso penitentiary, right? Go early paternity leave. Yes, that's exactly it. You have an inbuilt storyline right there already as it is, They've been teasing this whole Jimmy and Jey dissension, and Jey finally just says F it, and then like bloodies up Jimmy. I know. It might be a bit of a stretch. Hello, how's the fried rice?
Oh damn, you made me hungry talking about all this.
Is it fried rice?
No, not fried rice. Chicken rice.
Chicken rice. Let's
Let's go at
go.
9 p.m. Let's
Wow, a
go.
bit late dinner, but okay, it is what it is. Never mind.
Yeah.
So Div agrees that a heel Jey Uso would have been good as well. Because again, there is this whole reluctancy to pull the trigger that we've been seeing. LA Knight, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes turning heel. Like this, that I think is the problem. Because you could have
Made somebody a compelling character at this point in time, right?
Right now, everybody is the same version of themselves, and it doesn't help. Again, Jay is a face, CM Punk is face, two faces fighting.
Correct.
If you had Jay sort of leaning towards the heel, tendency, dark side, and then you stop CM Punk, I am convinced CM Punk title hunt all the way to WrestleMania would have made for such an emotional moment.
Correct.
When I watched CM Punk win it, I know he was emotional. It didn't feel it.
Correct. So I tell you, there's a lot of missed opportunity because there's people there right on the cusp, right? Like your LA Knights, your Braun Breaker right now should be chomping at the bit to go after the world title at this point in time, for example, right? And you even have, dude, if I wouldn't even mind Dominic Mysterio doing like one random match for the world title,
Yes, on a PLE.
Correct.
Kaneki Vibes, how you doing, by the way? Loving the show. We appreciate that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But yeah, so it is this commitment, I guess, or dogged commitment to a certain plan that they have, I feel, that is sort of holding them back, which is ironic because remember, we thought that when Triple H took over the reins, he would be that guy that, okay, he has the finger on the pulse, he would pivot on the fly. Well, we saw what happened with that. Truth, he pivoted, they brought him back, it lasted for about 2 weeks.
I remember when he said, it was all part of the plan. But
Stop,
really?
Stop it, bro.
Come on.
Stop it.
Don't macam faham, Okay, you know what? Let's put a button on this topic, right?
Because Sporen is hungry, bro. The chicken rice is here. The smells are getting his juices flowing.
That could be one of the reasons. But you know what? Because I'm all about solutions.
Solutions.
All about the solutions, right? Right now we are at November period, which is of course traditionally Survivor Series.
Yeah,
we are coming up to the end of the year, and I know we were talking about ratings briefly, but did you hear about the figures from last week's SmackDown, not this past week's SmackDown?
Oh no, I haven't. Oh, quick note as well: the rating system, the Nielsen system in the US they're using a whole new system. Apparently, a lot of other shows did better because of this, but wrestling has actually taken a huge hit. AEW has taken a massive hit. WWE as well. So apparently wrestling had been benefiting from the old system. So go ahead, tell me.
Well, historically during the SmackDown on Fox days when it was Bloodline, right? Remember they were always hitting like 2 million and above?
Yep.
Like a normal day or like normal episodes 2 million. This last week's SmackDown, the Halloween / Game Day 7 before Saturday night's main event, 900,000.
I mean, they're still doing close to 1 million, right? That's not numbers to scoff at, obviously, but there's peaks and valleys. Okay, yes.
It's the lowest rated show in history of SmackDown. They have never gone below 1.4 million, 1.3. They've always, even in like the old days when they were in that CW network, they were doing like 1.6, 1.7 million. SmackDown on Fox, because Fox was like such a national, carrier, right? The broadcaster, they had 2 million, so they garner all these mainstream fans.
Yeah.
But now on USA Network, which is still nothing to be scoffed at, a cable show, they went below 1 million. That's like AEW Dynamite numbers, bro.
Okay, again, could it be the new Nielsen ratings? And the scary fact about that, right, is that maybe their numbers were never really that high. It was just a methodology that favored them somehow. With the new methodology, maybe it's more accurate. That's what Nielsen claims it's supposed to be more accurate, right? Maybe the true numbers were never really that high to begin with. And now we're just seeing the true numbers.
Maybe the true numbers is actually what you see on YouTube, right? Which is the clips. Maybe people only out of like a 3-hour show, they just watch like 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Right. And there's the other thing. And I think WWE is hip to that too. They know that YouTube are the only numbers that are literally shown to the whole world. Yeah. Anybody can see, this video got. So they concentrate on those big moments. Like Netflix numbers, Netflix won't divulge. So
Correct.
it could be one person watching. Nobody knows. Nobody truly knows. Of course, it's not lah, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I got you. Najwan said the solution is always Red Bull.
Bro, hashtag Red Bull sponsorship, Red Bull. Come on in.
We will keep trying. We'll keep trying. Okay, so like I mentioned, right? How can we get out of this slump? Even though yes, we've reached a nadir of sorts, right? Like with the 900K viewers, but we got Survivor Series. Survivor Series
Yep.
is in a big stadium, right? Petco
Yep.
Field, San Diego. We didn't even talk about Rey Mysterio and Dom Mysterio gonna have a match, and it's gonna be on Dom's hometown, San Diego. Survivor Series, bro.
Hello, that's Rey Mysterio's hometown too.
Yes, correct.
It's
So it's gonna be a
both.
hometown crowd.
No, but okay. I love that you brought that up because that was one of the highlights of Raw. I know we've been shitting on WWE a lot, but again,
Whole last 2 hours, yes.
yes, we love pro wrestling. We love WWE, and the bright spots are definitely very bright right now. And Dom Mysterio has been that breath of fresh air where he's now, when you know, it used to be cool to just boo him, boo, and then they boo louder to drown him
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah.
Now they boo him, but when he talks, they stop because they want to hear what bullshit he has to say, and then they
Correct,
boo him
correct.
again. So they are actually invested in this
Correct.
little fucker, essentially.
Correct. That's why I said. So Cody is not being like no one is investing in Cody now. That's the issue. Do you hear his line on Raw?
Yes. You keep my father's name out of your mouth. Oh my god. Dude, when he said that, I fucking laughed my ass off. Like I rarely LOL when watching wrestling, but yeah, that actually took me out of it.
Yeah, that made me smile. And you know why it made me smile, bro?
Why?
November 13th, which is actually this coming week. This is crazy to say, but it's the 20th anniversary of Eddie Guerrero's passing.
Oh my god. Wow. That's actually
2005.
that's crazy because I remember it just like it was yesterday. I was
Yeah.
I remember when I got the news. I actually talked about it on national radio. I went on
Wow.
air on 987 and talked about the death of Eddie Guerrero.
Wow, that was a big deal. So you found out right before you were supposed to go live? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. I it's one of those weird things, right? And I freaking got emotional and everything on air talking about it, and it was crazy.
You could basically you had like carte blanche to kind of talk about anything, right? Or was
Yeah.
it like you had to like have a think about it? Are you allowed to say this? Or like,
No, I mean we do have creative freedom, right? But it was always a question of we're talking about, like you talk about national radio, right? It's always a question of, is this going to connect with people? Am I talking about something that nobody gives two fucks about?
Correct,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like if let's say I went on national radio and talked about the results of Survivor Series, I think I would get a call and say, "Hey, what are you talking about this?" Like,
correct.
you know, it's
But
not like I'm talking about the match, the Man U versus Liverpool. Okay, that one
Yeah.
most of
If-
Singapore will give a fuck.
Even then, right? Like you talking about Eddie Guerrero, I'm pretty sure there was a huge like response because like
Oh, yeah.
there were WWE fans, even you're a mainstream or casual fan,
Yep.
you know Eddie Guerrero. Right?
Yes, exactly. So I remember it like it was yesterday. Holy crap. Like I literally remember where I was, how I said it, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So
Do you think
It's 20 years, bro.
Is there any way you could pull out that clip from somewhere?
nah, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's lost
It's like-
to the...
It's lost to the
time.
airwaves.
Yeah, it's lost to the airwaves of time. If you heard it live, then good for you on FM.
Wow.
I'm
Okay,
not
you
even
know,
on FM anymore, bro. That's how crazy it is. We
yeah,
are
man.
digital now.
If you guys missed last week's episode, it was a whole tribute to Power 98.
I don't know if it was a tribute, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, it
We'll
was. It
go
was
with
fun.
that.
It was fun.
But yes, Dom Mysterio, Rey Mysterio. I love that they're retreading it, even though they fought before. Now it's fresh, it's new, right? And
no, when they fought, it was like Dom was like the puppy to Rhea's
Yeah.
mommy, and he was still a bit fresh faced then.
correct,
Even.
yes, and it was
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, no, now he is like the fully formed rebellious child asshole, but you kind of like him. Like
yeah, he really is dirty Dom right now.
this is something that they can drag on to WrestleMania and have a retirement match for Rey. I think it would be perfect. Just have Dom retire Rey at WrestleMania. I don't think Rey wants to do this anymore, does he?
Yeah, he's already 50 at least.
Yeah, just chill. And his kid is doing so well. He must be like, let him do it lah.
The ironic thing is what is doing well right now in WWE is actually the mid-card titles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You got IC Champ, Dom, you got Ilya Dragunov doing out bangers. So, like I said, what can we do to, revive WWE? Even though right now they are in a slump, there's a couple of big shows coming out. You got Survivor Series, right? Then you got Madison Square Garden, Cena's last appearance on Raw. And then December, you got Saturday night's main event, which is John Cena's final match, which is going to be a huge deal. Right after that, we start into the new year. I know it's going to be controversial, but Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
So right now, yes, it's downward trend, but just by pure spectacle, the next few months the numbers should go up.
yes,
How
correct.
can WWE capitalize? That is the main question, bro.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm very afraid that it's going to be another case of, you talk about those big events, Royal Rumble. I'm sure they'll bring out every weirdo, every like person you don't expect, but they're doing it for the sake of doing a spectacle. Again, they keep doing this, and they have to stop with it and actually just work on their storylines. I think that is key. I'm already seeing like the sparks of it happening. For example, I talked about the women's tag team division. Now we actually have several tag teams that are very much made up of wrestlers that we care about, right? Like Charlotte, Alexa, Kabuki Warriors, whatnot.
Correct. And you know, I don't even hate the Dragon Lee and AJ Styles tag team. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I think that's fine. They have that feud with the Judgment Day, and then they can go and like it's a great spot for AJ, right?
Yep.
What I want, right, is they need to bring all their big hitters back. Like, okay, I know Seth is gone for 6 months at least. Bring Roman back.
Yeah.
Have that Roman and Jay feud. Go for it, right? And then have Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker chomping at the bit to chase CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know? Right?
Bro, I just noticed something. I pulled up the PLE dates and locations.
What?
Now I want CM Punk to lose his title. I actually really want him to. Because I want him to win at WrestleMania.
Okay,
I
fine.
feel like that is still the moment. And it is the emotional moment. And do you know where Elimination Chamber is emanating from?
Chicago?
Yes.
Oh, so
How-
he should win at Elimination Chamber, right?
Right. So he
okay.
loses his title somehow, a screw finish, obviously, right? And then he scraps, and he's maybe the last person to be eliminated at the Royal Rumble. So you have, I know this is a story that's been done to death, but you have a classic, like, hero trying to claw his way back, but it's all ruined because they gave him the title at Saturday Night's Main Event. It would have been so much better if they gave it to Jay. God damn it.
Dude, I feel so bad because I just want CM Punk to have a peaceful, long title run. You know, poor guy, 5 minutes gone. Then now you're telling him to lose his
No.
title after like 1 week.
But that's the thing. That's the story you tell. That he keeps getting F out of his treasured title. So when he finally wins it at WrestleMania, then you have your long title run and whatever lah. Huh?
Okay, can. I mean, you know what? The world title here, I think it's going to be interesting regardless because CM Punk as a focal point is always a good thing.
Yep.
I want to see people like LA Knight step up again, try to have that feud. I want to see the bronze, right? Hey, dude, do a one-off match AJ Styles and CM Punk. Why has that match not been done before? Right, in WWE.
I mean, one's Raw, one's SmackDown, so that's the quote-unquote reason. But yeah, it's not stopped them before.
Correct, but now they are on the same brand. You know, Punk and AJ is all both on Raw.
Hey,
right?
wait, AJ is. Oh yeah, you're right. I thought I don't know why I thought AJ was on SmackDown. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
You're
so
right.
no, because I think Cena right at that point in time. So yeah, so you have actually the seeds of an interesting world title picture, and even if Jay is not part of it,
Yep.
Jay can go run off and have his feud with like I don't know Jimmy and the Roman and all that nonsense, right?
Do we really want to see Jay fight Jimmy again? We
No,
remember that
fuck,
match.
man, that was so bad. That dude wipes. Remember dude wipes?
Dude Vibes. So yeah, it was very a fitting sponsor for that match.
Correct. And dude, Cody needs to have some fucker disturb him, bro. Like whether it's Gunther coming back to haunt him on SmackDown, whether it's right now he's fighting Aleister Black, which is like whatever. Randy Orton returning to stir shit with him. Like he needs some big stars.
Isn't it Drew? Isn't like the whole thing not over?
No, but Drew just got suspended on SmackDown. Yeah,
Suspended.
he will return. Right. And we are almost forgetting what's gonna happen to War Games. Right?
War Games.
War Games is still gonna be a thing. So who is gonna like the Vision is like broken up. So what? Is the Vision gonna like team up with like I don't know a bunch of other bad guys, Logan Paul?
Bro.
There's the whole Logan Paul thing as well.
I have your answer.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no. My MFTs can go one corner. I don't want to see them, please. Somebody call them the Panda Bear Club already.
Like I don't know what it is, right? But they look, objectively, they look scary when they come out and they have the face paint and then it's dark and then a bit of light shines so you get that glow effect, right? But when they showed up on SmackDown, like I said, I was watching SmackDown with my dad, my 80-year-old dad, right? When they first cut to the MFT standing there in their face paint, he let out an audible.
Really? Oh, your dad no chill, man.
No chill, bro. Even he just celebrated his birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday to Daddy Young.
Yes, but like even an 86-year-old man is looking at the MFTs going.
Dude, my question to him is, was he impressed by Tala Tonga doing a choke slam?
No, we didn't watch the match. We stopped before that, I think.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So MFTs are doing their own thing. You know what? I think Solo is a great mid-card champion.
Yes, he's a hilarious mid-card champion that, like, you give him a bit of a push, he can definitely go into like the upper mid-card because he has backup, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was so poor thing for Jacob Fatu. He returned after a while and he got injured, right?
Yeah. Hopefully he makes it back for Royal Rumble. So his pop will definitely be, big. But okay, yes, talking about solutions, I think the road to WrestleMania is where business picks up, as it were. Traditionally, actually, isn't this the time where everything sort of lulls down? That's why we are feeling it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it shouldn't be because it's John Cena's final retirement match.
Yeah.
Right? It should be ramping up. So, okay, if the next couple of weeks of TV makes it all about John Cena, I still feel like, okay, then it will be compelling again.
But how do you make it about John Cena, like, more
Like
than
the matches lah.
Yeah, but like we talked about, like, the first 4 matches that they've announced have already fallen flat. What other unless they are like Nick Nemeth versus Adam Copeland, and then okay, like a big deal. But right now, even the first 4 matches feel like a bit lame.
Yeah lah, they can't give away everything lah. First of all, 8, right? So that means they still have to reveal the remaining half of the contenders list.
So is it a strategy where the first 8 that they name are all like boring or like?
I don't. Well, they're flying by the seat of their pants at this point in time.
Oh
God, I
God!
don't question them. Yeah. Well, yeah. So you're right. So for me, solutions wise, focus on what is the thing that that brings it to the table, which is the Cena storyline. Get Cody some interesting opponents, please. Fuck it, even if it's Drew, like, can Drew at least win? Like, you know what? Let Drew win this 3rd time, so it shocks everyone. It will actually make a big deal. Yeah.
What do you think of Drew winning clean?
I think it'll be great
in a dominant fashion, and then he has the more ammo to say, see, I did it. I didn't get effed. When it's clean, or maybe have Cody have an injury so that he goes into it a bit lame, and that's the reason he loses. But Drew is like, see, I beat you clean, ha ha ha. There was no outside interference. There was no ref bump, blah blah blah.
I would love if Drew goes into 2026 as the world champion. And then I don't know whether I want Cody to chase. I rather have Cody have a descent into madness. Like, yeah, like, I mean, there's still the unknown Randy element. So that's the thing I'm waiting on.
That's the thing, right? I don't know why. I feel like Cody is a bit of John Cena in the fuck you Cena era.
Where, like the PG Cena.
Yeah, where it's like, he's the chosen guy. It feels like he's never going to lose the title. And it makes it boring. It's like Captain Marvel. She can just destroy everything. Like she comes in for the save, blah blah blah.
No, but how did Roman Reigns made it interesting and compelling that he has long title? Like, even though he had a long title run, compared to what Cody's doing now.
Well, he had aura. He had that really, like, that Roman Reigns schedule. They built the whole story around it. You had evolving parts. First, it was getting Jay and Jimmy into the fold. Then there was the whole Solo Sikoa thing. And then, of course, the one that breathed life. Remember, it was starting to dull a little bit. And then
Sammy
Uso, Usi, that breathed life into it. And it became a whole other thing, right? So it was evolving pieces in that. That, to me, to this very day, is still like something that they are fighting very hard to eclipse in terms of storytelling.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? You have a storyline. If it gets stale, you breathe new life into it. Like, that also says the same thing about a character. Like, if Cody starts to get stale as a baby, you got to put some wrinkle into his character, some new motivation, something else that challenges him, right? So, Cody, okay, I know Triple H loves these long title runs. I think Cody can afford to lose and let him win more multiple titles. Let him be a 5-time champion.
Yeah.
But let him lose 5 times.
Yeah, I think that one of the face champions needs to lose, and we need a heel champion so that at least you have somebody doing the chase. It's always more fun when you have a baby face to cheer for leading to WrestleMania.
My last question today is: do you think we should hold off on that Braun Breaker title win still?
Oh my God, they just got matching outfits. Let them win the tag team titles first. The tag team titles aren't
Going anywhere?
yeah, it's AJ and Dragon Lee. It's freaking as transitionary a tag team as there is.
AJ Lee.
No,
So you're saying like Braun is like sniffing at the world title belt, even though he injured Seth Rollins, but he's not gonna go for the title yet.
I don't think they are there yet. I think that, maybe after WrestleMania. Like, I feel like they are almost there, but they are not there yet. They let them win the tag team titles first. Let them be dominant.
Okay. If you say so, I am open to both. I just feel like you need to not do nothing with that storyline. The vision needs to somehow stay relevant. And I know they brought in Logan Paul. I think they alluded that Logan Paul is like now part of them or somehow aligned with them. I don't mind that.
Probably like alliance of convenience, like, they'll
Loose
tag
alliance,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll tag team at the War Games or whatever. He'll be part of the team, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that'll be great. At least it got 3 of them plus, I don't know.
Whoever, like, and Logan is going to do some crazy ass shit off the top of the cage. He
Yeah,
always
of
wants
course
that
he is.
viral moment, right? So yeah, that makes perfect sense for him to be on that team.
Yeah. Well, so keep it interesting. I think just have new elements. We're already sick of seeing the things that we see all the time.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want Cody and I don't want Jey Uso and CM Punk and LA Knight to fight each other anymore. Like, fucking move on.
And again, I know some might say it's too basic, but stop giving us face versus face, heel versus heel. Give us a reason to cheer one person the other, because every time you make me choose, you are making me subconsciously dislike one other person.
Which is Jey Uso lah.
Yeah, like in this case, James.
Yeah, we're talking about Jey Uso in here. Yeah, I got you. Well, so yeah, that's WWE. I think we still have Survivor Series to look forward to. So at least there's something that is worth looking forward to. But
It's okay. Wait, is this I'm sorry to cut you off, but is it a crazy thought to say that they are doing a lot of AEW things in terms of the booking, but with star power, they actually have star power, and that's why they can get away with it. They have the name cachet, the star power, and the wrestlers are safer. But in terms of the booking, there's a lot of similarities now.
correct. But the problem is eventually the booking will reveal itself and out itself, right?
Yes, exactly.
So people are starting to notice it.
That's why we're doing this whole damn episode about it. Like,
fuck, man.
we're pointing it out. It's like, okay, we hopefully will see things turn around in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Well, on the plus side, even though if WWE disappoints us, at least we still have local wrestling to look forward to.
That's
this
right.
year.
So many
This
local
month.
wrestling shows coming up in just a little while, and we will definitely want to be getting some of the local wrestlers to join us here on the show to talk about it, hype up the next few events. I can't wait,
man.
bro. Unity is coming up next. Tranquilo. I can't roll my R's. Can you do the Tranquilo?
Of course, Tranquilo.
There you go.
Oh, not forgetting Ring of Rebirth also has a show. So it's going to be Ring of Rebirth and then Grapple Max and then SPW. So consecutive weeks. So it's going to be a pretty fun. So shout out to Alfred as well.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear everything about all these 3 shows.
I love it. Okay, before we wrap things up, there's actually one more piece of news that I find quite funny lah. That I would love to share with everybody. I don't know if you guys have found out about it or heard about it yet, but it has to do with everybody's favorite wrestling reporter, Uncle Dave Meltzer.
Oh no, Dave Meltzer.
Okay,
Tell me, Mr. Young.
No, we have to bring this up because it's one of the funniest things to come out of wrestling news. I didn't even realize it happened until I listened to the Jim Cornette podcast, right?
Oh, okay.
And when they were talking about it, and apparently Dave Meltzer, he was doing a live interview, right?
Yep.
And then he gets a phone call. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you knew this, but on your iPhone at least, you can set it to so that when it rings, it tells you who is calling.
Yeah,
It will say the name, right? So, as this fella is doing a live podcast for the world to hear, his phone goes off. Tony Khan. So, okay.
Oh dear God.
So this is one of two
no.
things. One of two things, right?
It's a oh no.
One, it's a red herring. It's actually some other fella. He just named him Tony Khan for the shits and giggles. Right? Or the more likely thing is, yeah, he probably has chats with Tony Khan, and that's why he rates AEW's matches so positively, because they're buds. I mean, it doesn't get more like the idea, the quote unquote proof, whether it's proof or not, who knows lah. Huh? But the idea that Tony Khan regularly calls Dave Meltzer, is it that surprising to you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Given what we know about like how Dave loves their matches, like, you know, he obviously has, I don't think that Dave Meltzer is the booker lah, huh? But he definitely suggests shit. He's like, hey, I think it'd be cool to do this or this match or whatever.
Dave Meltzer at this point in time is a AEW shield. I mean,
100%.
yeah, but it's not a bad thing. Like, I mean, okay lah, good for them, you know. Like, he has at least this one mouthpiece that can kind of like, you know, put AEW on a pedestal, you know. That's fine. But it's just hilarious that he was outed on like a live podcast.
Yeah. Like, it's that relationship we all knew existed, but they always denied it, and then now we have the proof.
Oh yeah.
So
oh my God.
that lesson learned, everybody, when you're doing any sort of live thing, please silent mode. And two, don't be that guy that puts people's that feature, enables that feature.
That's so weird.
Like,
what if he's somebody that you do not want to get caught talking to?
Exactly. You know what? Like your side piece calling you, suddenly they announce your name. Your side piece. Your side piece.
Bukit Batok Massage Therapist.
Bro said that with absolute no hesitation, no thought. You have things to answer for, my friend. Bukit Batok Massage Therapist.
I don't go to Bukit Batok talking about.
Okay, that is the meme for today, by the way. BBMT. Foreign and his BBMT.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Nice
okay,
one.
anyway,
Do your thing. BBMT.
Let's end the show. I want to give a shout out to all our listeners. Thanks for joining us for these last 2 hours. Everyone on Patreon. You know, shout out to our Patreon guys. You have not been calling out our Patreon guys.
Yes, thank you so much for supporting the podcast. We really appreciate it. I also want to give a very big shout out to Foreign's Bukit Batok Massage Therapy.
Why specifically so west?
And we've done all this without Red Bull. We finally found the moment, Nashra. We did it. Bukit Batok Massage Therapist.
Not Tony Khan. So tired. I think I need a massage right now. Hey.
Bukit Batok is where you go for that, bro. Okay, go have your dinner. It was fun. Even though, okay. Just to put a ball on things. Look, we are not like WWE haters. We definitely are not, right? We love pro wrestling. We're just a little bit concerned at where things are going, and hopefully that, you know, the powers that be, maybe by some miracle, one of their little lackeys, one of their henchmen, one of their people listen to this podcast and be like, hey, Paul, I think these two jabronis from Singapore have a point. You know? You never know. You put it out there in the
universe.
You know
who is the one that will be helping us, bro?
Who?
Dante Chen. I know Dante Chen is always on the chat. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully you're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, maybe whisper some words. And let's turn this ship around. I'm excited to head towards Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, traditionally my favorite pay-per-view of the year as well, or PLE.
I can't wait. I know it's crazy. This time last year, fucking Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. I think that's the start of everything going downhill.
No. It was, look, everything leading up to him winning the title was great. It was something that should have been done. And you needed the Kofi Mania, the Yes Movement moment. That was what that was. Then they... No.
Just don't run it back. No run it back. No.
Go away. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Discord, if you haven't already joined our Discord, come continue the conversation with us on the Discord. And yes, we will be back next week. We'll talk more about local wrestling. Like we mentioned earlier, 3 great shows happening consecutive weeks. So it's going to be exciting times.
Go get your tickets. And if you're on the Discord, we got all of the different promotions promoting their stuff there as well. So you need all the information, you can check there.
Absolutely. As always, it's Mr. Young.
And as for in the building, guys, take care.
And stay massaged. in Bukit Batok. Bukit Batok massage therapist. Hashtag BBMT, y'all.
Let's go.